What's up, everybody, and good morning. Welcome to Read the Bible with me. I'm Stan Jr., and today we're looking at chapter 17 of the book of 2nd Kings. We've been reading the book of 2nd Kings for 17 days now, and we've been reading throughout the whole Bible for over a year and a half. Or over a year. And so I'm excited to be reading with you. If you're new here, go ahead and please let me know, and you can comment in the comment section or click the subscribe button. Let me know by clicking that subscribe button, please, because the more subscribers we get, the more people are on this journey with me reading the Bible. And if you also could turn on your notification bell, you'll get a small, gentle, kind reminder in the morning. I think about 7 a.m. every morning. It will let you know that the devotion is ready for that day for you. All right, we read the Bible every single day, so click that and make sure you have turned your notification on. And if you are a Bible Club member, thank you for supporting this ministry. Without your lifetime support and donation, I cannot and we cannot buy Bibles and send them out monthly, as well as all kinds of different things that we do with helping missionaries in their work around the world. So thank you for that. Continue to do that. I appreciate you, and you will be blessed for it. I guarantee you, according to Philippians 4:19. Now, if you're a Bible Club member, click like on this video and leave a white flag below in the comment sections. I want people to see how many people watch and how many Bible Club members we actually have in a given reading. So, chapter 17, let's get started. It says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, Hoshea, the son of Elah, began to reign in Samaria over Israel. And he reigned 9 years, and he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. Yet not as the kings of Israel who were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his vassal and paid him tribute. But the king of Assyria found treachery in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and offered no tribute to the king of Assyria, as he had done by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria invaded all the land and came to Samaria, and for 3 years he besieged it. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria captured Samaria and carried the Israelites away to Assyria and placed them in Halah and on the harbor, the river of Gozan, and in the cities of Mediz. And this occurred because the people of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, and who had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared their other gods, and walked in the customs of the nations whom the Lord drove out before the people of Israel, and in the customs that the kings of Israel had practiced. And the people of Israel did secretly against the Lord their God things that were not right. They built for themselves high places in their own towns, from watchtower to fortified city. They set up for themselves pillars of Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. And there they made offerings on the high places, as the nations did whom the Lord carried away before them. And they did wicked things, provoking the Lord to anger. And they served idols, and of which the Lord had said to them, "You shall not do this." Yet the Lord warned Israel and Judah by every prophet and every seer, saying, "Turn from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes in accordance with all the law and that I commanded your fathers, and that I sent to you by my servants the prophet." So the Lord is showing so much grace, telling them and warning them, sending prophets and seers to tell them, please stop what you're doing. God is not pleased. But they would not listen. Verse 14. But they were stubborn, and as their fathers had been, who did not believe in the Lord their God, they despised his statutes. They hated God's laws and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and the warnings that he gave them. They went after false idols and became false, and they followed the nations that were around them, concerning whom the Lord had commanded them that they should not do like them. They abandoned all the commandments of the Lord, their God, and made for themselves metal images of 2 calves, and they made an Asherah and worshipped all the hosts of heaven and served Baal. And they burned their sons and their daughters as offerings, and used divination and omens, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger. You see, God gets angry. And we'll see here that the anger of the Lord is kindled because of continued rejection of his goodness. You are not destroyed for lack of truth. You are destroyed for the rejection of truth. You're not sent to hell because you didn't know about hell. No. You're sent to hell because you rejected the truth that came to you. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. None was left but the tribe of Judah only. Judah also did not keep the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the customs that Israel had introduced. And the Lord rejected all the descendants of Israel and afflicted them and gave them into the hand of plunderers, until he had cast them out of his sight. When he had torn Israel from the house of David, they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord and made them commit great sin. The people of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam that Jeroboam did. They did not depart from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had spoken by all his servants the prophets. So Israel was exiled from their own land to Assyria until this day. And the king of Assyria brought people from Babylon, Cuthah, Ava, Hamath, and Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the people of Israel. And they took possession of Samaria and lived in its cities. And at the beginning of their dwelling there, they did not fear the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them. So the king of Assyria was told, "The nations that you have carried away and placed in the cities of Samaria do not know the law of the God of that land. Therefore he has sent lions among them, and behold, they were killing them, because they do not know the law of the God of the land." Then the king of Assyria commanded, "Send there one of the priests whom you carried away from there, and let him go and dwell there, and teach them the law of God of the land." So one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and lived in Bethel and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Don't you see the hand of God moving here, yet again giving them another chance? A wicked king from another culture and nationality and nation says, get one of their priests from out of prison over here, send it over there, allow him to teach them the word of the Lord for them in order to save them. But every nation still made gods of its own, put them in the shrines of the high places that the Sumerians had made. This is after the preaching of the prophets. Every nation in the cities in which they lived. The men of Babylon made Saklath-Benoth. The men of Cuth made Nergal. The men of Hamath made Ashima. These are gods they created. And anything you can create, it's not a god. You're just worshiping yourself. That's not anything with power if you created it. And the Avites made Nebaz and Tartak. And the Sepharites burned their children in the fire of Adremelech and Anemelech, the gods of Sepharvaim. They also feared the Lord and appointed from among themselves all the sons of the people of the priests of the high places, who sacrificed for them in the shrines of the high places. So they feared the Lord, but also served their own gods, after the manner of the nations from among whom they had been carried away. To this day they do according to the former manner. They do not fear the Lord, and they do not follow the statutes or the rules or the law, the commandment that the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel. The Lord made a covenant with them and commanded them, "You shall not fear other gods or bow yourselves to them, or serve them, or sacrifice to them, but you shall fear the Lord, who brought you out of the land of Egypt with great power and with an outstretched arm. You shall bow yourself to him, and to him you shall sacrifice. And the statutes and the rules and the law, the commandment that he wrote for you, and you shall always be careful to do. You shall not fear other gods, and you shall not forget the covenant that I have made with you. You shall not fear other gods, but you shall fear the Lord your God, and he will deliver you out of the hand of all of your enemies." However, they would not listen, but they did according to their former manner. So these nations feared the Lord and also served their carved images. Their children did likewise, and their children's children, as their fathers did, so they do to this day. So we see how this now becomes habitual and tradition to be against God. It's taught to the kids that you can straddle the fence. You can have money as a god as well as God. You can have sex as a god as well as serve God. And you cannot. You will love the one and hate the other. That was chapter 17 of the book of 2 Kings. I'm so proud of you. I'm excited and happy for you that you've read this much of the Bible with me. And I can't wait to continue reading with you more and more. If you are a Bible Club member or would like to become a Bible Club member, click the link in my description or ask for help to see how you can sow into the ministry, and I'll help you personally. I'll get in contact with you and help you set up your Patreon account. All right, God bless you. Next time I read, we'll be reading chapter 18 together. All right, I pray you have a blessed day today, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here. Read the Bible with me. God bless you. Peace.